There's such stigma painting the face of Jesus. It's been done so many times, the crucifixion. And, it's just one of those kind of holy, do you want to step into that artistically, tackle that? It's one of those big mountains, do you really want to do that? And then also, am I ready to do that with honor and reverence that I think it deserves as a creator? And so, when God revealed this particular painting, I want you to, we're going to do the face of Jesus, and, you take a deep breath. Artistically, faces are much challenging for me, so there's that piece that you're just like, they're a lot of work artistically.
Well, they're the easiest thing for people to be critical of because we're so familiar with what a face should look like.
Yes. Yeah. So there's just a lot that it carries, to do a portrait, period. But then to do a portrait of Jesus, when is a whole nother level. And because it's interesting and people, kind of think they know what he looks like, but we kind of don't fully. So you need to have grace for how he's seen by different eyes, spiritual eyes. But anyways, God
that'd be a fun conversation sometime.
That would be a fun conversation. That would be a wild one. But anyhow, he's like, okay. And I said, all right. And so I start, kind of recording, sketching out, seeing it in my mind's eye, spending time with him on this painting. And then I, break out the canvas, paint it black, start praying over it. And, God come invade my space. As I do, before every painting, I was like, I want this one to honor you. It's your face, and this is holy. This is holy. And so I started doing it. Well, I was, just the artist was struggling. I could not get it out. And it's interesting because some of the paintings, they just explode. And they explode with such precision and beauty that you're just like, I could never do that again. Oh my gosh, they just walk into the atmosphere with no hardly assistance whatsoever, But then there's others that are literally like a birthing process that you just you're standing somewhere between heaven and earth because you can see God's vision, but you're trying to actually, manifest it on canvas for the visual eye, in the natural to see. And it can be a very pulling place, in between them. And sometimes that highway just runs right through, and then other times it's just a mess. And you have to be very, dedicated to the process of, I'm going to see this through. And this was one of those. And I could not get that face. I was not content with it. I was not happy with it. I could not get it. And I'm kind of having a little bit of a meltdown in my studio and just, out loud with God because he's there. It's okay, and I'm just like, I can't get it. I can't get it. I'm so frustrated. I can't get it. I can't get it, God, and I'm not happy with this. I want this to be what I'm seeing, and it's just, and God just kind of, and I'm like I said, I'm having a meltdown. So there was numerous words I spoke, and in the middle of it, it's like Jesus showed up in the room very tangibly, and in the middle of it, and he says to me, just ask me for more raw talent. It stopped me dead in my tracks. I'm sitting there and I'm like, that never occurred to me that was a prayer or possibility, to ask you for more raw talent. And he said, you're making this too, I don't remember his words exactly, but basically, too big, too broad. You need to this is what you need. Now just ask me for it. You need more raw talent. And I'm like, brilliant. I can ask for that? Oh my gosh, yes. So I'm down on my knees, and this my studio that I have now is actually in the basement, and it's just raw concrete. And I remember face down, and I'm like, okay, God, bring it on. I need more raw talent to get this done. And so when I got up, I don't know how long I was there. And I got up and I'm like, okay, here it goes. We're going to take this for a spin, and take this raw talent for a spin. And picked up the pencil and it just boom, it was there. Wow. Just took 10 minutes maybe. Man. And I had struggled with it artistically for hours. And all of a sudden it was as it was supposed to be. And this painting has more story behind it with that.
Well, I love every aspect of that story. Like I love the, I can do that moment. Yes. Yes. But I just think it's that fits with how I experience Jesus too, because there's that tendency that we have to be trying to do it on our own, and he'll let us. And I'll even like I love that you guys were working through a painting for hours.
Yes.
Before he lets you know you can cheat.
Yes, because it was like a cheat sheet,
Yeah.
and you're kind of like, it's a creator universe, so you're humble, you're humble, but you're kind of, part of you's kind of going, why didn't you tell me that 2 hours ago?
Well, he does that so much though, like has us fight through things and figure things out and work on it and do it over and do it over again. Yes. And then when we're actually in over our head, it's like, well, just ask me for the thing. Yeah,
just ask me for the thing, and so everything that I experience with these paintings, it's I feel very blessed because it gets woven into my DNA and my spiritual makeup, where that I can take that into it's like a small confined space that you learn this about that particular facet of God or that nature of God or how His ways, and then you get to go over here and expand on it, and I even packing all of these big things into my car, and with all the lights and all those things. I remember in the same season, it was the first time I had to pack to go to one of these conferences, and I was like, okay, Lord, I need your help. I don't know how to get all of that into there, in one trip. And it's that tangible access of Him that He's good at all of that, and just ask me. Yeah. And and it's a beautiful piece of the Father that it has such power behind it that you get to use in so many ways once He reveals Himself to you in that way.